Is it really surprising that the most powerful man in the world should be a figure of controversy?
We, as a population on this planet, have been looking for a savior.
We're talking about a being whose very existence
They are not telling us the truth.
challenges our own sense of priority in the universe.
Human beings have a horrible track record of following people of great
Power
power.
corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Chaos.
Maybe he's just a guy trying to do the right
We
thing.
know better now, don't we? The devils don't come from hell beneath us.
They brought their war here.
No, they come from the sky.
The world has been so caught up with what he can do that no one has asked what he should do.
That's how it starts. The fever, the rage, the feeling of powerlessness that turns good men cruel. Tell me, do you bleed? You will.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So surprise, not surprise, Warner Brothers decided because of the leak they'd release the trailer officially, so this is going to be a breakdown of that. So there are a couple big cities that we'll visit in the film, two obviously really notable ones, Gotham and Metropolis. Here we see a statue of Superman. This doesn't pick up too much further after the last Man of Steel movie, not a whole lot of time has passed. It's going to directly address what happened in that film, how much Superman tore the city up. Some of the voiceovers you hear are Holly Hunter, she's playing a senator. We hear Lex Luthor in a voiceover. The Alfred voiceover at the end is actually more telling about how fear can corrupt good men. He's talking about both Superman and Lex Luthor, which I think is interesting. Lex Luthor is always more fun when he's not just like a straight up villain. There'll still be a lot of the classic dynamics in there, but he's going to be a tech billionaire confronted with the idea of this alien godlike creature on Earth. Clearly he's not going to be super happy about what's going on. Batman, on the other hand, Ben Affleck's Batman, is also going to be really pissed off. The whole theme of the trailer is everybody hates Superman. You can see in this scene here, a bunch of people worship him, but because he can't be everywhere all at the same time, people are starting to get pissed at him. You're supposed to be a god, why can't you fix everything? Here's a pretty cool shot of him disabling what looks like a Russian rocket. It could be a warhead, it could be a satellite, it could be a spaceship. There was actually a Man of Steel Easter egg for Wayne Enterprises. A Wayne Enterprises satellite just got taken out whenever the Kryptonians came to Earth. This is really interesting because you see a bunch of soldiers wearing Superman symbol patches on their arms. Either it's a police task force that's been trying to help him, or it's a bunch of fanatics that think that they're serving him. Superman isn't one to court that kind of attention, so clearly he's going to be really uncomfortable with people treating him like a god. And here we finally see the graffiti, false god. This is like public opinion slowly turning against him. The interesting thing is he's never supported the idea that he is a god, or even called himself that. Angry Bruce Wayne. This is going to be a slightly older Bruce Wayne than we've seen before, 40-something. If you haven't read Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns comic book, it's not a great Superman book, it's a great Batman story, not so great for Superman though. That story inspired the tone of Batman vs. Superman, as well as a lot of visual elements. They didn't directly take the plot or anything, it's a complete adaptation, so it's entirely Zack Snyder's story that he's changed a little bit. Here's a good shot of the Batsuit finally. We saw this in the teaser last night. This question mark is a nice Easter egg for the Riddler, probably going to appear in one of the films at some point. Here's a good shot of the Batmobile in action. It actually looks a lot like the Arkham Knight Batmobile, like the really hardcore battle-ready Batmobile. Not quite a tank like the Tumbler, a little more agile. This is actually the best full-on shot of Ben Affleck in costume that we've seen so far. You definitely see a lot of Frank Miller's Batman costume in there, and Ben Affleck did get jacked for the role. Here's a better shot of him in like the Dark Knight Returns armor. He's also using a vocoder to affect his voice. I think that's an answer to the Christian Bale Batman voice that everyone's just started to make fun of. It's gotten so ridiculous. That's been parodied so much that I totally agree with them that they should not try and replicate it. It's just too silly now. Do you bleed? You will. There's a lot of theories that Batman might be involved in the synthesis of kryptonite in this film. At some point, kryptonite will become a part of this universe, but Zack Snyder said before the first Man of Steel movie that kryptonite did not exist on Earth. There are only 3 ways to hurt Superman. 1, you can be stronger than him, like in the case of the other Kryptonians. 2, you can use magic, which we haven't seen in this universe yet. And 3, you can use kryptonite, which we also haven't seen yet. Of those 3 things, kryptonite is just the most logical. I think that will flow from some of the terraforming logic that they set up in Man of Steel. I know a lot of people are wondering like where Aquaman and a lot of the other characters are in this film. Supposedly they're going to have incredibly minor roles. It's mostly going to be Batman, Superman, and Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. Because this is just a teaser trailer, what I think is going to happen is I think the next trailer will reveal Gal Gadot. Usually they save a lot for like the second and third trailers, so expect a new trailer in like another month or 2. So let me know what you guys think of the movie so far based on this footage. I think it'll be interesting. I mean, really, we'll have to see more footage before we can pass judgment. But I'm still doing an Arrow and Flash Q&A. There's a new Flash trailer that's totally crazy, so be sure to subscribe to get that. Also, a lot of Game of Thrones and some more Daredevil coming this weekend. In case you guys haven't seen it, I posted a whole bunch of Star Wars trailers, so click here to watch the next Star Wars Episode 7 trailer like 3, 4, 10 more times, and click here for the latest Star Wars Battlefront 3 trailer. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.